Warning: the following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
Hey everyone, I am He Who Reviews, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my YouTube channel. I named myself so because I love Who, and I'm here to review it, but I'll also review other things in the nerd sphere. Hence the name He Who Reviews. Anyway, without further ado, allons-y. Hey guys, and welcome back once again to another video on Doctor Who. Let's get into it. This is going to be continuing my coverage of the specials, with the final David Tennant special of 2023. I'm going to start with general thoughts and then dive into some bits I did like, some bits I didn't like, and then end really, so it shouldn't be too long of a video, because I don't want to bore you nerding out in a 40-minute long video like I did near the first time I recorded one of these. So, here we go. General thoughts. I really liked this special. Overall, I liked the fact that the Toymaker just was a chaotic force of nature, not chaotic as in evil, but chaotic as in finding, manipulating people fun, and then making sort of a deal with the devil with the price bargains, and it's like a chaotic force that can barely be stopped, just wants entertainment and fun, and finds the Doctor a big part of that as well. So I found that a really interesting perspective, point of view, whatever you want to call it. And as a malevolent force, I think Neil Patrick Harris played it quite well, with mixing up his voice occasionally, because that's how the Doctor beat the Toymaker in the first place. I liked that, but the main accent was German, and no matter how much Russell T Davis's Doctor Who Confidential, or whatever the new series is called, basically tries to say, it definitely wasn't a German stereotype. Yeah, it definitely was, because even Neil Patrick Harris, in the behind-the-scenes stuff, admits, I really enjoyed the German accent. He kind of mixed it between German and really stereotypical posh British, and one scene of his American accent with, that's alright then, and I should just put the clip in rather than saying it and ruining it myself, shouldn't I? But, yeah. So it was definitely just one accent, but I liked that he was having so much fun with it, and as I say, Neil Patrick Harris playing a benevolent force was really cool, really, really fun. Overall, the concept of this special was good. Some of the setup was a bit strange, which I'll get into. That's the bits I didn't like. But I liked the weird and wacky nature of it. Some people could definitely say it went a bit too far, and you couldn't really say to completely disagree with them. The weird and wacky nature of it did kind of go quite far, but it worked really well. The games, to me, it being centered about him being bound by the rules of the games, some people say that wasn't explored enough. Personally, I really enjoyed that part of it. That I would have liked more, but what we got, I think, explored it enough, because otherwise you couldn't have explored the weird and wacky personality Neil Patrick Harris got to play with. And I like Neil Patrick Harris as an actor, therefore I like him playing around with weird and wacky personalities and really stretching his abilities. And he did all of the juggling, the magic tricks and stuff himself, because that is what he does, and to me that's even better, isn't it? It just is. It's such a good actor for that role, and the fact that he was trying to literally throw some balls at David Tennant, that sounds wrong, but some were CGI, some were real, and trying not to hit him when he actually threw them at him, and they actually had to try and catch it on set. I think that realism mixed in with CGI really worked well there. But anyway, I've kind of covered the bits I did like, so on to the bits I didn't like, and then my overall conclusion. I don't know why I'm stating sections of the video, sorry, just seems to be a pattern I'm slipping into today. But on to the bits I didn't like. I didn't like the whole political allegory setup. Like, I liked the premise of, it started with the first thing put on television. It felt like, why why hasn't Doctor Who played around with this kind of premise before? So that felt quintessential Doctor Who cold open or beginning premise to me. It really worked really well. Whereas what didn't work, I say, is the political allegory. Now, this isn't because I'm coming down on one political side over another. In fact, I'm not massively obsessed with politics, therefore seeing politics in media, it has to have a purpose and blend in really well and have a semblance of obviousness and a semblance of subtlety, a balance of both. And this really didn't have that for me. And because I don't think that politics should rule, you know, whether I'm getting upset or not, or how my day is going, like a lot of people in the modern generation, in my generation, being 26 and below, basically, seem to think, you know, political allegory that's really obviously overstated does kind of grain me a bit. I'm not going to go whole hog and be like, oh, it's terrible, it's woke, because I hate the word woke, it has no meaning, and I'm not going to say something like that and genuinely mean it, because that would be fucking stupid. But I just think that if you're going to do political allegory, there has to be a semblance of balance, or if not a semblance of balance, a presence of overt messaging and then subtlety. And there was no subtlety in this. But in summary, the political stuff was over the top with the anti-Zedex thing, the brilliant Doctor speech that he gives, which I think is quintessentially the Doctor to me, which was ruined by the political allegory being too slap you in the face. Not that I've got a problem with political commentary, but when it's too slap you in the face, it's like, oh, come on, audiences aren't this stupid and subtlety can be employed. And then, of course, you've got the other thing I really liked in this was the games that you saw with the Toymaker and the craziness with the cannon. The regeneration, I'm going to get into the particulars of bi-generation in another video, but I'll give quick thoughts on what I thought about the regeneration here. The regeneration was done relatively well in that the Doctor's final phrase was allons-y. And I loved that. Absolutely loved it. Because it's like, his phrase is French for let's go, and it works so well with his previous one of I don't want to go, and the emotion really is there. And then you get the bi-generation, which I say I'm going to comment on the logistics and stuff of that in another video, because I feel like there's a lot of commentary I could give on these, and this video is already becoming quite long. It won't be quite as long when I edit bits down, but it is becoming quite long, so I do want to put some things in other videos. But yeah, so get to the point. The point is the generation thing. One thing I will comment on is I liked that we got to see Ncuti Gatwa's debut of the Doctor here. I really did like what they did. The first game of Catch is a great callback. Again, people think that the games weren't used as much as they were, but it gave a balance between Neil Patrick Harris actually being able to emotionally betray this crazy, chaotic force who is just bored, and so he plays with humans like toys, and other alien races, including Time Lords, and trapping the Master in his golden tooth and all that craziness. But I think the games were balanced well, and the whole he's bound by the rules of the games, and the real impact of that was really put into perspective when David Tennant's Doctor banished him from existence. And the chemistry between him and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor was great. The fact that Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor seems to be sort of at peace with it because David Tennant's Doctor fixes himself by staying with Donna. That was interesting. I have thoughts on that, but again, I might put that in another video fully commenting on the impacts of the bi-generation. But overall, I really liked the 15th and 14th Doctor team up here. It worked really well with the chemistry between the two of them, and a great passing of the torch for Ncuti, and it really made me excited to watch The Church on Ruby Road, which I will do for a review video soon, maybe. Probably the next video I do on Doctor Who will be The Church on Ruby Road, and then I'll get into the finer points of character analysis on, say, the bi-generation, the Shirley's character, my likes and dislikes, and there's one on Rose Noble I want to do as well, and there's one on the whole Davros thing I want to do as well. Not because I'm trying to make negativity and enemies, but I think I've got interesting, nuanced, more middle of the road takes than other people, so I do want to make those voices heard, and hopefully you'll stick around for those Doctor Who videos coming soon. But I'm trying to make a balance of making, Marvel, DC, then Doctor Who stuff, so it's a mix of stuff, but But yeah, those videos will be coming soon, and hopefully this video has reinvigorated your want from Doctor Who content, your need for Doctor Who content from this channel. If not, then hit the dislike button, it's still interaction. If it has, hit the like button, it'd be very much appreciated. Cheers! Anyway, that's the end of the video. You can finally go now.